Known as the two-story house on the bridge, or Club 1914, this property is one of the most traditional in the historical heritage of Santa Leopoldina, Espírito Santo, Brazil. Typical construction from the turn of the 19th to the 20th century, with a roof in French-style clay tiles, finishing off the aesthetics with 3 generously sized doors made of solid wood. Erected in 1914 on a lot positioned on the axis of the bridge that crosses the Santa Maria da Vitória River, the building has a constructed area of 260 square meters, divided into 2 floors, gabled roof with flatbed, side stairs, walls made of folded bricks, and wooden frames and glass. Its beautiful facade catches the eye of any observer. Regular in its distribution, the composition explores the central module, expanding the dimensions of the span and discreetly raising the flatbed with a simple pediment where the year corresponding to the construction of the building was inscribed. Access to the first floor, made possible with a discreet setback in relation to the right side limit of the plot, is made by a steep masonry staircase. But it is the ornaments with their exquisite design that are mainly responsible for the meaning and value of its architecture. Gate, doors and flags in particular, but also the support structure of the veranda roof, made of wood and iron, designed with floral inspiration and glazing with different colors, reflect motivations probably arising from the desire for social insertion of its first owner of German origin. This villa was used for commercial and cultural purposes, the latter being what gave it the nickname Club 1914. Between the 1960s and 1980s, the Club 1914, currently unoccupied, was the elite club in Santa Leopoldina and experienced its golden moments with New Year's celebration, carnival, country fest and gala balls. The Club 1914 differs from the others by the expressive load of urban sociability in its configuration, whose perspective becomes distant for those who cross the bridge from the left riverbank. For all its immeasurable and intangible value, in the 1980s a preservation order was put on the property. Considering its beautiful vintage architecture, valued by a society with intense social and cultural activity, this quality may explain why the two-story house on the bridge was the domicile for recreational and sports clubs in Santa Leopoldina. Do you think the charms stop here? Do you know the tourist potential of Santa Leopoldina? Santa Leopoldina, a quiet town in the interior of Espírito Santo, a state in the southeast region of Brazil, close to representative states such as Rio de Janeiro, São Paulo and Minas Gerais, is a small jewel in terms of tourist potential. Colonial city full of history. In addition to the Club 1914, numerous properties downtown in Santa Leopoldina are also historical heritage. Furthermore, Santa Leopoldina has a special nature with many enchanting waterfalls. In addition to the 2 most popular destinations, Parque Cachoeira Véu da Noiva and Eco Park Cachoeira Mochafongo, there are still many other beautiful waterfalls and natural beauties to explore. Come join us and exploit the tourist potential of Santa Leopoldina. Where are we? The nearest airport, Vitória Airport, is 51.7 kilometers away. Of the tourist attractions we mentioned, Eco Park Cachoeira Mochafongo is 1.9 kilometers away, Espaço Gruta da Onça is 4.4 kilometers away, Vale da Lua Capixaba is 4.9 kilometers away, Véu de Noiva Waterfall is 9.3 kilometers away, Rio do Meio Waterfall is 15 kilometers away, Cachoeira do Palito is 19.8 kilometers away, Meia Légua Waterfall is 23.6 kilometers away. All these still belong to the municipality of Santa Leopoldina. Finally, what do you need to know about a historical heritage property in Brazil? It involves benefits such as property tax exemption for owners that keep their historical heritage property in good conditions, possibility of free public lighting for protected cultural assets. Municipal legislation may also regulate the transfer of the right to build, which means a far-reaching compensation for owners of historical heritage properties, since the constructive potential that can no longer be exercised on the site can be sold to third parties. How come? Roughly speaking, the owner of a two-story historical heritage property that due to protection is prevented from demolishing the house and building a 5-story building on the site can sell the right relating to the 3 lost floors to a construction company, which can use this constructive potential elsewhere in the city. With regard to the restoration and maintenance of the property, the owner has access to several benefits. It can be included in so-called public architecture programs involving restoration. By law, the owner of movable and immovable historical heritage property, after project appraisal by the National Historical and Artistic Heritage Institute, can deduct from the income tax expenses incurred with the aim of conserving or restoring such assets. But it is also important to know that construction works on historical heritage property require authorization from the National Historical and Artistic Heritage Institute. On the other hand, the Institute offers ways for financing construction works on historical heritage buildings. In addition, there are ways to apply for government grant for construction works on historical heritage properties. Finally, it is worth highlighting, as long as the original historic architectural features are preserved, the property can be used for commercial purposes. Are you wondering if you can buy property in Brazil as a foreigner? Yes! And we have the information and can help you with these procedures. Get in touch to know this gem and find out more details.